Hey there, my name's David and welcome back to the Restyle File. Today I have a what sold video for my sales from April the 2nd through April the 8th. I actually had a total of 32 sales this week, which I think is actually the most sales I've ever made in a single week. And of course, I'm going to clue you guys in on what exactly I did to have so many sales this week and turn a pretty decent profit. But if you haven't done so already, please make sure to like, comment, share this video, and also subscribe and hit that bell icon. That way you're notified every time I upload a video. If you like what sold videos, then I've got you covered. I do a what sold video every single week, and it's my goal to clue you in on what's currently selling. We're going to start off with Sunday, the 2nd. If you saw my last video, then you know that I actually made a sale at the very end of that video on Depop, and it was a pretty decent sale. But I actually had a sale on Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and eBay, so it was a day for all the flavors. It was interesting. I don't think that's ever happened to me before either. This is a real week of firsts. So first off is on Poshmark. I had an Anthropologie Moon River flutter sleeve maxi dress, new with tags, size medium. It sold for $25. After Poshmark's fees, I received $20, and I paid about $8 for this at Goodwill, so my total profit was $12. Had that forever, never want to see it again. And the Depop sale was a punk rave witchcore goth lace mixed media dress, one size fits most. It sold for $85, and after Depop's fees and the cost to ship the item, since I offer free shipping on Depop, I received $63.11. And I paid $8 for this at Goodwill, so my total profit was $55.11. The moment I saw this piece, I thought, whoa, it's really interesting. And when I Google Lensed it, the comps seemed to be pretty decent. It did take a while for it to move, but it sold for a really great price. And on Depop, of all apps, finally, someone follows through with an offer that they made. Couldn't be happier. On Mercari, I had a sale for Levi's 517 bootcut jeans size 31. They sold for $32. After Mercari's fees and the cost to ship the item, I received $19.05. I paid about $8 for these at Goodwill, so my total profit is $11.05. On eBay, I had a sale of AG Adriano Goldschmied, the graduate tailored fit size 33 by 34. They sold for $34. After eBay's fees, I received $27.63. I paid $8 for these at Goodwill, so my total profit is $19.63. I actually had a couple of sales with Adriano Goldschmied this week. I really don't know that much about it, but I've heard that some resellers do well with it, particularly in the men's category. I've heard that the women's category can be a little bit stale with AG, but haven't quite sold enough myself to really be able to back that up. The next day was April the 3rd. I had one Poshmark sale, and it was a Lululemon Black Dance Studio ruched striped pants size 6. They sold for $18. That was an offer sent to the liker by FLYP. So after Poshmark's fees, I received $12.38. I paid about $3 for these on a half off day at the Salvation Army, so my total profit was $9.38. Typically, I would want a higher price for Lululemon, but these actually did have a hole towards the inner thigh, so I was willing to take a much lower offer than what I would typically list these for. The next day was April the 4th. I had one Poshmark sale and two eBay sales. So my first Poshmark sale was a Can Kerrigan Ultra High Rise Mom Jeans size 13, and they sold for $31. After Poshmark's fees, I received $24.80. I paid about $7 for these at Goodwill, so my total profit was $17.80. Had those forever. Not a big fan of this brand. Will probably not pick it up again in the future. Next was on eBay. I sold a vintage The Tony Alamo of Nashville Western Snap shirt size 14.5. It sold for $50, and after eBay's fees, I received $41.41. And I paid $6 for this shirt at Goodwill, so my total profit was $35.41. When I saw this shirt, I thought it was really cool. It had a lot of embroidery and had button snaps, and it was definitely very vintage. It actually had a lot of signs of wear. It had some stains on it, but I made sure to disclose that in the listing, and it actually sold fairly quickly in less than a week. The next item to sell was a Cole Haan Wagner Grand Plain Toe Lace-Up Boots size 10. They sold for $60. After eBay's fees, I received $53.41, and these actually came from my personal closet, so I will take that $53.41 as pure profit because I wore those plenty of times. I just stopped reaching for them, so I just polished them up, took some photos, and off they go. The next day was April the 5th. I had one eBay sale, and it was Cody James Core Western Straight Leg Blue Jeans size 30 by 30. They sold for $30. After eBay's fees, I received $27.27. I paid $8 for these jeans, so my total profit was $19.27. This was a rare exception. I remember I looked at the sell-through rate on eBay, and it was pretty good. I think it was at least 100%, but I had those for months. So it's probably a testament to either that I had them priced too high, or that sometimes there really is no such thing as a sure thing in reselling. The next day was April the 6th. I had 2 Poshmark sales, 3 eBay sales, and 1 Real sale. The first Poshmark sale is a Marine Layer Raglan long sleeve gray sweater size large. It sold for $20. After Poshmark's fees, I received $16. I paid $3 for this sweater on a half off day at the Salvation Army, so my total profit was $13. The next sale was a Banana Republic blue striped capri pants size small. They sold for $22, and that was an offer sent to the liker by FLYP. So that offers them 10% off with reduced shipping. So after that, along with Poshmark's fees, I received $15.58. These were also for my personal closet, so I will annotate those $15.58 as pure profit. I wore these forever ago, but I am not a size small anymore. The next sale was on eBay, and it was a Psychology, spelled like cycle, like bicycle, Frida Kahlo cycling full zip short sleeve jersey size extra large, new with tags. It sold for $50. After eBay's fees, I received $41.20. I paid $13 for this jersey in the boutique section of Goodwill, so my total profit was $28.20. I often see bicycling gear at Goodwill and thrift stores, and I'm always very skeptical about trying it out. I think this was actually one of my first pieces, and it took forever to sell, so I am not sure if it's really something I want to get into. If you have any experience with selling cycling gear, please let me know any tips and tricks that you might have on it in the comments below. The next item was an Affliction Faded Distressed Punk Moto Cotton Henley long sleeve size large. It sold for $35, and after eBay's fees, I received $23.68. That's including an additional $5 discount. I'll tell you why in a moment. I paid $6 for this at Goodwill, so my total profit was $17.68. So as I was packing up this item for the customer, and then I looked closely and I saw, there's a hole on this item right by one of the buttons, and it was super small. To be honest, it could have just been a very large stitch, but I didn't feel right about it, so I sent the customer a message and I said, hey, I just noticed that there was a hole. Would you like to cancel your purchase? I also sent them a photo of the hole, and I said that if you would still like it, I'd be happy to offer you a $5 discount. And they said that they were fine with the $5 discount, so I refunded them $5. I hate that feeling of panic whenever you notice some kind of item or damage that you might have missed when you initially made the listing. Sometimes I also feel like I have exceptionally high standards and I disclose things that aren't even really an issue. The next item to sell on eBay was an Eileen Fisher Organic Cotton Blend Gray Pull-On Pants size medium. They sold for $32. After eBay's fees, I received $29.42, and I paid about $3 for these on a half off day at the Salvation Army, so my total profit was $26.42. I love selling this brand. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I tend to avoid things like simple t-shirts when it comes to Eileen Fisher and some of their simpler pull-on pants unless they are silk or linen, but even this stuff will also sell for a pretty decent amount. And my one real sale this week is a Mary McFadden Studio 2 animal print jacket size extra large. The Real sold it for $101.25. That's impressive. And Based off of the Real Real's commission structure, I received 30% of the sale, so I received about $30. And I paid $5 for this item, so my profit is $25. I'm personally very satisfied with that, just because no way that I would have probably even been able to sell that myself. I really don't think so. There's nice 80s vintage, and then there's ugly 80s vintage, and this is ugly 80s vintage. And super funny thing as well, this was an item that the Real Real previously rejected because they said it had an interior stain. But I sent it one more time in my most recent Real Real video, and they accepted it, and it sold. Goes to show ya. The next day was the 7th. I had 2 Poshmark sales and 1 eBay sale. The first Poshmark sale was a Filson Company Scout Green Plaid Lightweight Flannel Shirt size large. It sold for $50. After Poshmark's fees, I received $40. And I actually paid up for this at a secondhand shop at $28. So my total profit was $12. Not exactly a huge profit, but I very much will pick up Filson and pay up for it just because I know that it's going to sell very quickly and usually for decent money, at least to the point where I'm making profit, so I figure, why not? I probably had that listed for about 2 weeks when it sold. I love selling Filson, just like I love selling Eileen Fisher. Oof, this brand absolutely do not love. The next sale on Poshmark was an Ann Taylor, the belted wide leg pant in cream size medium, new with tags. They sold for $45. After Poshmark's fees, I received $36. I paid $7 for these at Goodwill, so my total profit was $29. That's actually not a bad profit for Ann Taylor, but I was so sick of these pants just because they were nice. They were nice pants. They were very stylish and they were a comfortable looking material and they were new with tags and they weren't an extra small or anything crazy like that, but they took forever to sell. Forever. I think I turned down an offer a few weeks ago for $15 just because I was like, oh no, like they're nicer than that. And thankfully this time someone offered $45 and I was like, oh yes, I will take that, absolutely. But if I never pick up Ann Taylor again, it'll be too soon. The next sale was on eBay. It was a J. Crew Factory gray cotton office school sweater blazer cardigan size small. It sold for $30. After eBay's fees, I received $27.32. And I actually paid $6 for this at Goodwill just because that's how they charged me for it. Every once in a while they make a mistake. So my total profit was $21.32. And you know, I was thinking, lucky me that they made a mistake on that, but when I got home, lo and behold, there was a stain on the back, a very tiny stain near the hem that I did not see when it was at the store. As a matter of fact, I'm curious as to whether that stain might have somehow happened on the way home. I tried to stain treat it, but I wasn't really able to get it out, so it was about the size of a dime on the back. And of course I made sure to disclose that in my listing, and I typically would have probably sold this at about $45 or $50 just because J. Crew blazers you can charge a little bit more, but since it was damaged I did mark it down and it sold for my full price. On Friday I had 11 Poshmark sales, 1 Mercari sale, and 2 eBay sales. The reason I had so many sales on Friday was because I actually decided to run a sale for 30% on all items, well, most items in my closet on Poshmark. So I had a lot of stale inventory that moved, thankfully. And the first item was a Brooks Brothers X Pendleton blue black plaid corduroy wool hat size large. It sold for $22. After Poshmark's fees, I received $17.60. I paid $2 for this at a family thrift center outlet, so my total profit was $15.60. The next sale was a Levi's dark denim look tailored fit western snap shirt size medium. It sold for $22, and after Poshmark's fees, I received $17.60. I paid $6 for this at Goodwill, so my total profit was $11.06. The next sale was a PacSun bandana print denim jacket size small. It sold for $17. After Poshmark's fees, I received $11.58. This was from my personal collection, so I'm going to take the $11.58 as pure profit since I wore this a fair amount myself. One more item that also came from my collection was a vintage drizzle black wool snap coat. It sold for $21. After Poshmark's fees, I received $14.78. And since that came from my personal collection and I wore it a lot myself, I'm going to annotate the $14.78 as full profit. This was a really cool coat. It had a bunch of button snaps on the sides and up the back. It was very goth. I wish I had taken a picture of it on a mannequin. I probably could have done better with it. But regardless, it took forever to sell. I'm glad to see it go. Now, the next sale was super interesting. My first time selling this kind of item. It was a Kinloch Anderson blue, brown, yellow, wool pleated kilt, size 34. It sold for $60, and after Poshmark's fees, I received $48. I paid $5 for this at Goodwill. They had it listed as skirt, so my total profit was $43. I actually bought this like a year or two ago because I thought I could wear this to work or something cool like that, but I never did, and it doesn't fit. And fun fact, last week was actually National Tartan Day. When I looked up this brand, Kinloch Anderson, they apparently make tailor-made kilts, and they cost a lot of money. They sold for like 700 and something pounds because they're European or they're overseas. And so that's like over $700 for this type of item. Crazy. And this kilt was actually made in 1990. It had like a date tag and the name of the person who was the prior owner. So super interesting. I had that listed for less than a week and it sold. I actually have another kilt listed by another brand that hasn't sold just yet, but I will keep you guys posted. I don't think I would say that kilts are a highly coveted item. From what I saw, the sell-through rates on eBay and how much they sell for, it's not that great. Unless you find them for super cheap and they're really well made. But I was very pleasantly surprised with that sale. The next sale on Poshmark was an UMG Plus mixed floral print dress size 1X, new with tags. It sold for $35. After Poshmark's fees, I received $25.98. I paid $6 for that at Goodwill, so my total profit was $19.98. I had heard that some resellers do really well with UMG. This was my first time with it, and I think it'll be my last time because I probably had that for about a year. Never again. The next item to sell was a Spanx The Slim X Super Skinny Stretch Pants size 31. They sold for $24. After Poshmark's fees, I received $17.18. I paid $3 for these on a half-off day at the Salvation Army, so my total profit was $14.18. Spanx is a really great brand. These were just a little bit older, so that's why I priced them a bit lower. The next item was a Rag & Bone Kate mid-rise skinny gray moto jeans size 30. They sold for $35. After Poshmark's fees, I received $25.98. I paid $1.50 for these at a family thrift center when I had a 50% off coupon, so my total profit was $24.48. I usually don't have any luck with Rag & Bone, or it takes forever to sell. I don't even remember why exactly I picked these up. I think just because they were so cheap, I figured they'll eventually sell, and for an okay profit, considering my low cost of goods. And that checks out. I'm never excited about picking up Rag & Bone, though. The next item to sell on Poshmark was a Pretty Ballerina Rosario Green Velvet Ballet Flats size 8. They sold for $31. After Poshmark's fees, I received $22.78. I paid $6 for these at a Texas thrift store, so my total profit was $16.78. I was not familiar with this brand at all, Pretty Ballerina, but apparently they specialize in ballerina flats, and they seem to sell pretty well. The next sale was Athleta Sculptec Stretch Dark Over-Dyed Skinny Jeans size 14. They sold for $27. After Poshmark's fees, I received $21.60, and I paid $3 for these at a Salvation Army thrift store on a half-off day, so my total profit was $18.60. The last sale on Poshmark was an AG Adriano Goldschmied, the Everett Slim in darkest black, size 31. They sold for $15. After Poshmark's fees, I received $12. I paid $3 for these on a half off day at the Salvation Army, so my total profit was $9. In comparison to my other Adriano Goldschmied sale, this one is pretty lackluster, but these were not in great condition, so I was just looking to get rid of them, to be honest. Next, I had a Mercari sale, and it was a pretty exciting one. It was an H&M blogger favorite sunflower gold crochet shirt, size large, new with tags. It sold for $130. And after Mercari's fees and the cost to ship the item, I received $102.73. And I actually purchased this new from the store back when it was released, and I tried it on. It wasn't really for me, but I knew that it was going to be a blogger favorite. Sometimes H&M makes really, really, really great pieces, and they get snatched up super quick, and then they become highly coveted. And this one appeared to be in that category. So after the cost of the item, I received $48.69, which is pretty impressive for H&M, but definitely a very delicate science. Not everything is a blogger favorite, and usually they are hard to come by. The next sale was on eBay. It was an Orla Bar Brown plus the Paris Review Bulldog swim trunks, size 38. They sold for $52. After eBay's fees, I received $44.81. I paid $4 for these at a Goodwill, so my total profit was $40.81. Apparently Orla Bar Brown is a really, really expensive swimwear brand, and I am having difficulty keeping swimwear in stock. Right now is the time to pick it up, absolutely. And my very last sale on eBay, a pretty exciting one. It was a Polo Ralph Lauren 388th Strike Special Edition military jacket, size extra large, new with tags. It sold for $180. After eBay's fees, I received $150.79. I paid $25 for this because it was half off at a Crossroads, and so my total profit was $125.79. That's a nice profit. I remember when I was at the store, I saw that they had this item, and I checked the comps on it, and the comps were really, really good. I saw that a couple of them had sold for like $300 on eBay prior, and I probably would have held out for this one a bit more, but it actually did have some sort of like water stains on some of the pockets and stuff that I didn't see in the model photo. So I listed it as new with defects, and of course made sure to disclose that in my listing. But even then, I mean, it kind of adds to the distressed look. And that sold in less than a week. And I had that listed on Poshmark and Mercari for probably 6 or 7 months. Listed on eBay, boom, sold in a week. Now let's do our tallies. Starting with Poshmark. On Poshmark, my total revenue was $520. After Poshmark's fees, I received $399.84. My cost of goods for the items that sold on Poshmark was $91.50. So my total profit on Poshmark was $308.34. On Depop, I sold one item for $85. After Depop's fees and the cost to ship the item, I received $63.11. I paid $8 for that item, so my total profit was $55.11. On Mercari, my total revenue was $162. After Mercari's fees and the cost to ship the items, I received $121.78. I paid about $62.04 for the items sold, so my total profit on Mercari was $59.77. On eBay, I sold $553 worth of merchandise. After eBay's fees, I received $466.94. The cost of goods for the items sold on eBay was $79, so my total profit was $387.94 on eBay. And lastly, the RealReal, the one item that sold for $101.25. Taking into account the RealReal's commission structure, I received $30. I paid $5 for that item, so my total profit was $25. Now, the grand tally! My total revenue for all platforms was $1,421.25. After the fees associated with all of the platforms, I received $1,081.67. My cost of goods for all items that sold on the different platforms was $245.54. So my total profit was $836.16. So I managed to turn around a pretty great profit, and I also had my highest volume sales week ever. And let me go ahead and tell you guys what my strategy was for the week. So what made my week successful for me was, one, running a sale. Running a sale is pretty easy. You can just Google instructions on how to make an offer, how to send bulk offers on Poshmark. You could also do it using the FLYP application. I would recommend that as well. That definitely accounted for my surplus of sales on Friday on Poshmark. But something else that I think is absolutely helping me when it comes to increasing my volume of sales is listing consistently, which is probably the oldest thing in the book. But it does appear that listing consistently and listing more than a single item does appear to appease the algorithm. The algorithm! Or the different applications like Poshmark and eBay see that you're consistently listing. They are more likely to push your items forward and market them to more people, it appears. Maybe there's nothing to that. But I have noticed that over the last 2 weeks, I've made it a goal for myself to list at least 5 items every day. And the first week, I saw a very slight uptick in sales, but this week, definitely a much larger uptick. And I think consistently making new listings definitely does help. And it's not only items that are new that are selling. So I think the algorithm is doing a fair amount of work here. I'm going to continue to try to hold myself accountable to at least 5 items a day. As per usual, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to view my video. I really do appreciate it. Please make sure to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe and hit that bell icon. That way you're notified every week when I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! In today's useless footage, I have a show and tell of sorts for you of something unique that I bought today. I'm not usually much for hard goods, but I did figure this will probably fit easily in a flat rate box if I pad it correctly. And for what I checked on the comps, it seemed to be okay. Let me also say, this item is haunted. But it's a little sculpture, little ceramic house, and it is by the brand Hawthorne Village, and it is apparently a place called Fort Mifflin, and it is a part of the America's Most Haunted Village collection. And you can see I paid $4.99 for it, and it's just I guess a replica of whatever this house is. But I checked on eBay and a couple of other sites, and other people have it listed for anywhere from like $35 to $80, and there aren't too many of them online, so I figured I'll go ahead and give it a shot. It was $5, why not? So we'll see when I get around to listing this, and if my luck with hard goods will ever change. I'm also curious to know, what's your strategy when it comes to purchasing hard goods? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. I hope you have an incredible sales week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!